You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Hello Ladies After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Hello Ladies After Show.
Hello, ladies. We are hanging out on this Ladies' Night Sunday. We're so happy to be here. My name is Jillian Leff, and we are doing the Hello Ladies AFTERBUZZ After Show, Season 1, Episode 5, The Pool. I am sitting next to a lovely lady to my left. Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Kylie Hodges. It's Ladies' Night.
It is.
Woo!
We're having a good time on this Sunday, recovering from some Hollow weekend madness.
Ooh, yeah. I'm worked out.
So, Stuart was down to party this episode.
Big pool party.
Big, epic pool party. Sort of with a tragic end.
Of course.
So we do find out that Stuart is all about having a great time by throwing a pool party at his house. House.
Yeah. Him and Rory were spitting out ideas. There's going to be models and actresses, sorry.
Great accent.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my Stuart. And then Rory points out that having a party at his house with at least 200 people would leave his house decimated. And then the look of terror on Stuart's face when he realizes, oh God, I'm going to have to pay for somebody to clean my house. I can't handle my house being messed up. So where does he go?
So he decides to have the party at Wade's saddest apartment in the universe. Now, no hating against people that live in the valley. You know, I live in the Valley of California. The apartment complex looks like the Oakwoods in Burbank. I don't know.
I used to live there.
And you know what, Kylie? I did too.
Oh, man.
It was a little reminiscent of the Oakwoods. So Stuart sort of agrees with Wade that they should throw the party there, which seems like an awful idea.
Absolutely. You're taking a party that could be a private party at your big mansion and moving it to basically the public pool.
Because he
doesn't want to deal with it. Yeah, he's so selfish.
So selfish.
He can't handle anything out of his element.
And not to mention that the party is right off the freeway, which they mention, that Wade can hear the freeway from his apartment.
That's an attractive quality.
We see Wade's apartment finally, now that he's moved out of his sort of separated wife's house.
Yeah.
It has a bed. It has a refrigerator. And
a chair.
It has a table and one chair.
One chair.
So sad.
It's really sad. Poor Wade.
But he is, giving us high spirits.
He's like the happiest sad guy I've ever seen. For having life giving him a ton of lemons, man, he's always looking at the bright side of things.
Kylie, I know that you're on Team Wade Rock Bottom, and he has not hit it yet.
No, and
it's gonna happen.
It's bumming me out to think about.
He's
so adorable. You know?
The next episode is titled Long Beach, so I'm sure that it's gonna maybe be them going to the beach for a day trip. I don't know if he's gonna hit it there, but I see a lot of maybe sunburn, jellyfish stings.
Poor self-esteem.
Brace
all
yourself.
That. Yeah.
So Stuart decides to make this party as cool as he can make it by sending out exclusive invites, hiring a model bartender, and actually he gets Rory to hire a model bartender, and I have to say he was looking for eye candy and he delivered because that guy was hot.
He got eye candy. I was staring the whole time.
I mean,
and so were all the pretty girls at the party.
It was so terrible. I guess that he was expecting a woman, obviously, because Stuart is all about the ladies. And I thought the interaction between him and the male bartender was quite possibly the funniest moments in the episode.
Yes.
I think that this episode was sort of, me personally, there was a little bit of a lull in this episode.
Sure.
I was kind of a little bored at points. I know last week was chock full of just moments where we audibly, expressed our sort of disgust for Stewart as a character. I don't know. What did you think of this episode?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think maybe that how you said last episode was so stressful. This is kind of like okay, take a deep breath. Like, you can't handle so much stress episode after episode. So this is a building up to Long Beach.
Who knows?
Because the last episode carried into this episode where we had a recurring character, Andy.
Yes.
The
Gay
gay
Andy.
agent. Yeah, that's what I wrote down. Gay Andy.
The gagent. We
Yeah,
like
the
him.
gay
Yeah.
agent. And then Kimberly made another appearance. So, I mean, maybe the build-up from this episode is going to lead to something probably horrible in the next
Ooh.
episode.
Let's talk about Kimberly.
She's cute. She's
She's
sweet.
super cute and she's super nice.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that the people at the party, including Andy, including his boyfriend, including the host of the party, I guess they didn't tell her why he left, because he insulted them, called them the F word, said some really mean jokes.
That's very nice of them.
Yeah.
To not give a bad image to Stuart before she's met him. Because if I were those guys, I'd be like, Stuart's a jerk. He called us these names. And I'd badmouth him.
I mean, I'm just thinking if I were in the pool with them, maybe they just didn't care about
Yeah.
Stewart. They just
That's
wanted him
probably
to leave, and they were like, oh, look, Kimberly's here, like ray of sunshine in the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
So Kimberly ends up saying that she's going to come to the party and she's going to bring some friends, which is really exciting for Stewart because now he sort of has an in, and this is one of the first times that we haven't really seen him. He didn't really stumble at all when he was talking to her.
No, and this is actually the first time he ever talked to her. Because he'd seen her for the first time in the last episode, but now he called her up. And he did really well.
And she remembered him.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's the thing.
phenomenal. I don't think I would have remembered a person I've never met.
I mean,
Just heard about.
I'm sure that Andy might have said, hey, listen, there's this guy that we want to set you up with, and he's tall, because that's one of the only things that she remembered about him. So we get to the party, and one of the only sources of conflict in this episode happens to be with a bitchy mother at the pool, where Stuart says that he is renting out the pool from 3 on. And he doesn't want the children to see any effed up shit that might go down in the pool. Don't know what that could be.
Party.
Didn't really see a grotto. So I don't know what kind of effed up SHIT is going down.
The only thing I thought was effed up was those ice sculptures.
Oh my God.
Taking a shot out of a man's frozen ding dong.
Oh my God.
What
No.
were you thinking, Stuart? Like, is that attractive to you? I mean,
What did he say? He said to the ladies, like, oh, are you more of a, like, he was like,
Oh,
are
I
you
don't know
more
what your cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't know what your cup of tea is. I don't know if you like boobs, if you like penis, whatever. Like, it's fine. But I mean, everyone did take a shot out of the ice luge, especially when Wade's friends went to do it. No, thank you. No, thank you.
that's like bachelorette party stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, Stuart?
Stuart's sort of idiot self started to shine once the party started because he ended up sort of leaving after 2 of the hotter ladies came.
But they weren't even invited to this party. Weren't they looking for someone else?
They were the agent's friends.
Oh, never mind.
They
were
were the agent's
invited
friends.
to this
Yeah,
party.
so they were invited, and Stewart said that he would be coming. And it was sort of promising. I thought that they might stay. They were sort of digging the bartender. And then as soon as Stewart cut off that line of contact, they were like, I'm busy. And I have to get real with you for a second. I've done that before.
Yeah, I was literally thinking that, like, oh man, I've had to do that.
Like, oh,
And
great
you
talking to you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the drink. Bye.
Yeah, I have to go over there.
I mean, this show is definitely real.
Yeah.
I do have to say that. We both have moments during the show where we're sort of like, been there.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Next week we're gonna have the actor that plays Kivas. His name is Kevin Wiseman. He's gonna be here hosting with us, and I'm really excited to have a male on the panel with us because I know that ladies can totally relate to these awful moments, but I'd like to hear from a guy's perspective how it feels to be rejected or
I'm
crashing
also-
and burning in front of girls.
I'm also just really excited for him to play host.
Yes.
I think that it's going to be really fun for us.
He's going to be hilarious.
And I do have to ask him about the fedora hat that he wore in this episode because fedoras are tragic. Men watching out there, fedoras, no.
They are not fedorable.
No, they're fedugly. I don't even know. I didn't know where to come from that. Sorry, guys. So Stuart ends up leaving his pool party to sulk at home and look up, I guess, his football scores.
Oh,
I think
don't we all do that on a Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, we're checking my fantasy score out, obviously. So he decides to come back after Kimberly arrives and is like chatting it up with Rory and Kivas and Wade and just having a blast. Like they look like they were having the time of their lives.
He goes, he sees on Facebook a picture of Wade with the ladies, and he's like, I gotta get back in there.
What did I do?
Yeah, I screwed up.
So he tries to get back in, and obviously, since he told the security guard that to not let anybody in without an invite, he does not get in his party.
Tough times for Stuart. You know, you make your own rules. You gotta.
Wah, wah, wah. Let's
gotta
ride
learn.
home in your convertible, ride away, go to the store, get some chicken wings.
His tiny little car. It looks like a wind-up toy
Living the
because
life.
he's so big.
You know?
So small.
And yet again, he does not meet Kimberly.
Nope. To be continued, I guess.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
And just how awful is it going to be is my question.
So everyone else ended up having a great time at the party.
Yeah.
It seemed like, you know, they sort of made the best of it. The DJ that was from right outside of Vegas was killing it. And
Outside of
right outside of Vegas. He's very known. Also what did I write down? Oh, drubstep.
Yes.
As opposed to dubstep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a new form of music that Rory and Stewart made up. And Jessica really wasn't in this episode.
No, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out how Jessica's storyline ties into, like, Stuart's storyline here. Because usually they learn the same lessons.
Yeah, and
I mean, I guess they're both kind of selfish again because her reasons for saving this homeless chick were, like, I feel like totally skewed.
You know, I didn't really understand this because I think that Jessica would have been more of an asset to be at the party. And I know that they've sort of been intertwining their storylines, which is awesome. And, you know, they are the main characters of the show. But I was just confused by this. I felt like it was just an add-on.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
oh, we need to have her in this episode, so let's make her like Angelina Jolie and volunteer at a soup kitchen and like save a homeless lady.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you would think that Stuart would have wanted her there to bring other pretty girls. Obviously, she has pretty girlfriends. We've seen them before.
well, he did ask her, and she really didn't seem interested. And I don't necessarily know what she was up to, but as far as from a writing standpoint, I just thought that it was confusing and kind of
was
unnecessary.
boring.
Like, I could have removed that whole thing and still would have been okay with the episode and totally have wanted more, like, Kivas. Like, I love his one-liners.
I love Kivas.
Like, he was in the pool the entire time this episode, which was just, like, hysterical. I would love some more one-liners from him. Maybe some more backstory to Wade and what he was up to, or even to Kimberly, because we know that she's a model. You know, we saw her on the billboard. We saw her walk into the party, and then we saw her on set when she took the phone call from Stuart. So I would sort of love to know what her deal is. You know, is she seeing someone? Is she not? You know, what is her life? Maybe she is just as awkward as Stuart, but in a different way.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We know she seems like a nice person.
Yeah.
One last thing, I felt like with this pool party, when I saw the picture of, or when I saw Wade taking a picture with Kimberly and her pretty friend, I thought, man, it's like karma. Like, Wade is such a nice guy, and he's getting in with the party and the pretty girls, when this whole time Stuart's been so mean to him about getting the other residents out of there because they're not pretty enough or whatever.
What goes around comes back around.
That's right. That's right.
So I think maybe we have some predictions for next week.
Ooh.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Okay. Although I'm kind of upset that there's not a Halloween-themed episode because I think they would have killed it.
Absolutely.
As I said before, we do know this episode is titled Long Beach. So I am really excited for maybe an awkward sunburn from Wade. Nice farmer's tan, lobster farmer's tan. Something will happen to him in this episode. I feel like it's been building up. That weight is just slowly dropping off. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm just like waiting for it to explode. And I don't know if that's going to happen on the last episode. I mean, I hope that he gets back together with his wife. His wife is jealous and, you know, because she's seeing all these fabulous things that he's doing, really not fabulous. But, and I'm also just really excited to see what happens with Stuart and Kimberly because she is not done yet.
No, I'd say my prediction is some development with Kimberly. I'm really anxious to see what she's like and how Stuart actually handles his first time meeting her, because this is me assuming they're going to meet.
Yes, and I really am excited for next week. I hope that we have some more cringeworthy moments. I think that is what's making this show work, and this week was lacking it.
Yeah.
So Kylie and I have our fingers crossed. We will have Kevin here next week hosting with us, and we're so excited. Thank you guys for watching. Please download our podcast on iTunes and subscribe. Give us 5 stars. We love you. Leave comments. Mwah.
Where can we follow you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Marissa. Thank you. You can follow me on Twitter at Jillian Leff or on my website, jillianleff.com. And
That's right.
Kylie.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at the Kylie Hodges or at my website, kyliehodges.com.
Okay, that was a premature goodbye, but now I'm really signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.